English amateur astronomer William Huggins owned and played a violin made by Antonio Stradivari in 1708. Since 1997, the loan of this instrument has been awarded to the winner of Belgium's quadrennial Queen Elisabeth Competition. The music you hear is from Beethoven's Violin Concerto, played on the Huggins Strad by current winner Stella Chen of the United States. William and Margaret Huggins were born into a world familiar with the night sky. Perhaps, like us, they grew up reciting this popular nursery rhyme. Written by Jane Taylor in 1806, its first verse sums up how little we knew back then about the what of these twinkling bodies. Other verses explain the why of stars, namely, their role as guides for travelers in the dark. And its lyrical refrain reminds us that stars would always remain objects of wonder. William Huggins helped change all that when he introduced spectrum analysis into the astronomer's toolkit, thus giving them ready access to a code embedded in starlight itself and enabling them at long last to unravel the mystery of stars' stuff and structure. Born and raised in London, young William received little formal education, but the interest he developed in astronomy as a youth grew steadily over the years. Needing darker skies to observe the heavens, he moved to a suburb south of the Thames. There he attached an observatory to his new house and began recording what he observed in a bound notebook. In 1862, Huggins learned about efforts to analyze sunlight using a spectroscope. He later recalled, "The news was to me like the coming upon a spring of water in a dry and thirsty land." Determined to do the same for stars, he took a leading role in developing the new astronomy that we know today as astrophysics. He was the first to find that some nebulae are clouds of glowing gas, the first to observe the spectrum of a nova, and the first to use Doppler's principle to measure a star's motion in the line of sight. It was a challenging effort that proved to be his most important contribution to modern astronomy. And although this work strained the limits of his instruments, he could not afford to replace them. Fortunately, influential allies persuaded the Royal Society to provide him with a state-of-the-art telescope on permanent loan. However, the gift proved a mixed blessing. William had always worked free of institutional constraints and expectations. Remaining worthy of the Society's generosity was exhausting work. Luckily, he found a lifelong companion in Margaret Lindsay Murray, a capable collaborative partner with the skills needed to keep him on the cutting edge. Her notebook entries reveal her initiative in all the observatory work. And she later confided to a friend, "None of you know how hard we worked here, just our two unaided selves." After William died in 1910, Margaret began writing an account of their life and work together, but was unable to complete it before her own death in 1915. Her ashes rest with those of her husband at Golders Green Cemetery, behind the bronze grill that she designed, inscribed with a verse from Psalms, which she considered to be an amazingly suitable motto for spectroscopy. On March 29, 1917, many scientific dignitaries attended the unveiling of this monument in the crypt of London's St. Paul's Cathedral. Its bas-relief profiles, carved by noted sculptor Henry Alfred Pegram, pay tribute to the couple's contributions as astronomer and fellow worker.